Hello friends, welcome to AB Astrology. Today, I thought for all the astrologer lovers, especially the nakshatra lovers like me, I should make an example chart, a very basic, simple example chart without making things complex. On Ashlesha Nakshatra, as moon is in Ashlesha Nakshatra right now, which is a very Tikshna Nakshatra. So let me show you one example of a very good example of Ashlesha Nakshatra with a very famous celebrity. Those who are familiar with Bollywood, they know that whom I'm talking about. Her name is Shri Devi. She's a very famous Bollywood star. She was actually. Let me see where I can find. Okay, I don't need that. I don't need that. Example charts. Okay, there you go. Okay, the disclaimer, yes, it's purely based on my opinion. So if someone has their separate opinion, it's absolutely fine. I respect everyone's opinion. But let's start with Ashlesha Nakshatra. Okay, there's the slide. Yeah, there you go. See, this is, again, this is a very basic guidelines I have given for the Ashlesha natives, those especially who's having moon or sun or the ascendant in Ashlesha Nakshatra. Yes, they have a very hypnotic eyes because it's a very mystical nakshatra. It has a lot of, and this is a very good nakshatra for very good psychic power. So a lot of psychics, astrologers, or tarot card readers are seen from this nakshatra. So again, if I only talk about this nakshatra, I can talk about 24 hours, but I will not take your 24 hours. So I'll give you an example. See, this is a chart, birth details of Shri Devi. And as you can see, her ascendant, it's in Ashlesha, sun is in Ashlesha. See, the Atman is in Ashlesha Nakshatra as well. And Venus is in Ashlesha. And Venus again, Venus is the karka for themes like Bollywood or Hollywood or acting career. So, and Ashlesha Nakshatra, yes, one of the another tagline or the themes is that they have some kind of connection with snakes. And that's where her picture came to my mind. And even when I was taking classes from my teacher, they always share her example in Ashlesha Nakshatra and how she was known for one film which was a big hit in 1980s, I would say, in I think 1986, and the name of that movie was Nagin. And again, Nagin is Nag, which is again snakes, and Ashlesha, the deity associated with Ashlesha is Nagas, again the Sarpas, the snake. So these guys I have seen, they have some connection with snakes or snake-related traits, and that can be many others. And it's also been said that this nakshatra is the nakshatra, the birth nakshatra for Lord Lakshman, who was the younger brother of Lord Rama. And there's another mythological story of Ramayana where Lakshman did not sleep for the full 14 years of exile because he wanted to protect his brother. And that's the another quality you can see in Ashlesha natives. See, whenever people talk about Ashlesha, they only talk ill. There are certain nakshatras where people talk very, or they think very ill about certain nakshatras, but every nakshatra comes with a very good positive sides, and all of them have some shadow sides as well. So never think that if it's Ashlesha, it has to do with the bad things. No, it's not. Just like I said, it's a very mystical nakshatra. It has the power to show you a lot of mystical magic, or give you the treasure which are underneath. That's where all the nagas are, right? So, and see, trust me, if I talk about the charts I have seen, I have a brother who has a moon in Ashlesha, and I can see he very much resonate with all the qualities of Ashlesha Nakshatra. See, I was talking about Lakshmanji, right? Lord Lakshman, where he did not sleep for the full exile of 14 years. And that's, my teachers, they researched, and in many charts, when I see Ashlesha, especially the sun, moon, or the ascendant lord going into the Ashlesha Nakshatra, I always ask them, especially if it is afflicted or sitting in a bad houses, that are they having a problem with their sleep, or they're having issues with a bad sleep. And I would say 99.9% they always says that they have a trouble sleeping. Or even if they are sleeping okay, there are some issues with the sleep pattern. So see how the pattern from Lord Lakshman, it's being carried away. See, nakshatras are very fascinating. And here I'm just talking about 1 or 2 or 3 traits. And I thought it was a very good example, because if you see the next slide, say it was from the Nagin movie, Ashlesha natives, they are known for a charismatic personality and very hypnotic eyes. And as you can see, that this is a picture or a clip taken from a Nagin poster, and look at her eyes. And it's kind of very hypnotic, right? And again, the connection with Nagas, it's very prominent. And also I have seen natives with Ashlesha, especially again, if it's sitting in the, this is for the nakshatra lovers or those who can resonate better with astrology. If it's sitting in the second house or in the house of eyes, I have seen these people have the habit of, even though if not hypnotic eyes, if they don't have the hypnotic eyes, they like wearing the contact lenses, artificial contact lenses of hypnotic nature. So I have seen it in many charts, or they like the eyes are very very prominent, very key factor. And that's see, because even in the movies we have seen and we know snakes, they are very hypnotic, right? So I thought this was a very good example to share. And just by these small observations, which anyone can do, you can do in many other charts, not on celebrity. If you know someone who's having sun, moon, or any other, or ascendant, focal planets or ascendant, or any other planets, just like in her case, Venus is again in the ascendant in Ashlesha. See, Ashlesha, a lot of Ashlesha Shakti or trait in this chart. So it was a very beautiful example. And today is Ashlesha, and we all know that she passed away last year, and nobody knows for sure what happened. See, the mystic part is always there with the Ashlesha natives, but we are not here to talk about that. So try to do all these small observations on the charts which you see, or if you see a person, that's what I do whenever I go somewhere. I have the fascination with nakshatras, and I see people with the prominent eyes, or they are wearing contact lenses with a very hypnotic lens or a shade. If they are a good friend, I always ask them for their date of birth, because I'm curious to know if they have any planet in Ashlesha, and that's the beauty of it. And 90%, 99% of the times, I always find positive findings, and it's quite amazing. So I thought this was a very good example on Ashlesha Nakshatra on a Ashlesha day. I'll come up with more examples. I have made another slide on Pushya, I think, that I will share on another day. So I hope you like the example of Ashlesha Nakshatra. I think this is the best example we can use in order to learn the Ashlesha energy. And many other factors or traits or the features of Ashlesha Nakshatra are missing in this video. But in the end, before I close, I just want to say it's a very mystical nakshatra. I have seen people with a lot of, suddenly out of nowhere, they get a lot of wealth in this, as soon as if the Mahadasha Lord or the Antardasha Lord or the Atmakarka or the Ascendant Lord is sitting, Amatyakarka Lord, sorry, not the Atmakarka, is sitting in Ashlesha Nakshatra. So it's very fascinating. So I'll come with more videos. I'll come with more example charts on celebrities with whom we can relate these nakshatra traits. So thank you. And I'll see you all again. Okay, let's go.